Hey guys, so here I am down in Rosslare, and it's the middle of October, so I'm running 2 weeks late. So the first thing that happened was the storm Amy came and the ferry to Spain was cancelled, and so I had to push things out by a week. And then on my way to the ferry, I went up to Dublin to meet Sarah and Hannah. And on the way to the ferry from Dublin, the Bolero sprung a leak. The coolant pipe coming out of the water pump rusted. And I was stranded in Dublin. And a great bunch of guys, I camped in front of a garage in Blackrock. And a great bunch of guys the following day in the garage helped sort me out with a temporary repair to get me back to Ballinrobe. And I got it fixed in Ballinrobe almost a week later, basically yesterday. So today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday, I think the 14th of October. So, so I'm running really late. But as a good friend of mine said, Spain's not going anywhere. So, today I drove up to down to Kilfane, beside Thomastown, to Niall, my brother Niall's, and had a lovely dinner with Niall and Claire. Thank you very much, Niall and Claire. A wonderful chili. Claire and Niall have really expanded their garden. What they're doing is incredible, and they're growing all their own stuff there. It's actually quite wonderful. And so the food is really, really good. And she gave me some lovely chutneys and sauces and pastes and things they made from apples and pears and tomatoes. It's remarkable what they're doing. And then I left there and I drove over to here. So I'm parked beside a chipper just up from the port. And apparently the chipper is quite famous. I read the reviews on it. It said the best fish and chips in Ireland. So I'm parked just up from the port, and I just had a cup of tea and a couple of squares of chocolate, and I'm going to read my book for a while now. It's about 8:30. Read a book for half an hour or an hour and go to bed. So all is good, and I'm excited to finally get going for my 2 months. Now I've booked a ferry back for the 14th or the 15th of December from Bilbao back to Ireland and come home for Christmas. Interestingly, I hadn't planned to book a return trip date because I didn't know how long I'd want to stay. But then it dawned on me that coming up to Christmas, I might be busy with people coming home. And sure enough, when I went to book, I found I was very, very busy, and in fact a lot more expensive than the one going down in October. So I'm glad I booked it. It's a flexi ticket. I can move it around if I need to, if I want to come back earlier. I got a couple of guidebooks. You can see here the 2 guidebooks I got to the hiking in the south of Spain. There's 5 mountain ranges across the south of Spain. So I intend to drive down, assuming Bolero doesn't let me down again. I attempt to drive down to just around Seville and start there, and over the next 2 months work my way across the south of Spain over towards the east coast through the 5 mountain ranges. I think there's about 30 or 35 walks in that, and there's also about 35 walks on the coastal walks. So depending on the weather, depending how I'm feeling, I'll pick and choose and work my way across. If I got 30 walks done over the 2 months, I would be really, really happy. That would be a real accomplishment. So I'm excited to get going. The weather forecast down there looks really good, and it's got cold up here. I had my walk this morning, my 10k along by the River Robe in Ballinrobe, and it was pretty chilly, and it was really chilly a couple of days before that. I was wearing my puff jacket at home in the house because there's no point turning the heat on just before I go away and to try and warm the place up, because it takes a couple of days to warm it up. So I was still going around with the puff jacket on the house. So so I'm here. So all is good. I'm excited to get going. I'm hopeful now with all the work I've done on the van that it'll get me there and get me home safe and sound. Just so you know the work that's been done on it, for those who are interested in such things, I brought it in for the the CVRT, the roadworthiness test, and it turned out that the tires were the wrong tires. They had to be changed. The discs for the brakes had to be changed. The pads had to be changed. All the brake piping had to be changed. Welding had to be done on the chassis underneath. So basically the two jack points had to be welded. And that was just that piece of work. Before that, as you know, I got the steering rack replaced. And I did a plethora of work to the interior of her. In addition, of course, I got it all serviced, all the oils, all the filters, including the gear oil, everything changed. So I've done a lot of work on the van, and she seems to be running okay. The stalling problem that I had with it seems to have stopped. Fingers crossed. I've been putting lots of additives into the diesel to try and jizz it up and try and clear out the carbon or any accumulations that are in the injectors or elsewhere. And so she seems to be running well. I've got all the technology working, all the electrics working. I've bought lots of bits and pieces like boosters for Wi-Fi if I get to campsites and all this kind of stuff, try and make this work as easy as I can. I've brought my laptop with me, so I'll work as I go. And do an hour or whatever every day and just keep the old machine motoring along. So that's really it. I'll continue this video when I get on the boat and see what, if anything else, I have to say. And then when I get into Spain, I continue as I work my way down. My plan is to do a video every couple of days on whatever walks I've done and give you an update and maybe toast you with a glass of wine and whatever. So there you go. So I'll talk to you later when I'm en route. Hey guys, so Wednesday morning and here I am on board. I'll give you a quick look. So this is the Brittany Ferries ship, and very nice ship it is. And here I am, and I can see down there they're revving up the engines, getting ready to hit the road. So it is, what time is it? 9 o'clock. And we're due to sail about now. I camped up beside that fish and chip place outside Ross Airport, and it was a very good place to park actually. There was a couple of campers there and me, and that was sort of it. It was lovely and quiet, and I slept so. I think I just need to get used to the mattress and the bed or whatever. So I had a sort of an average sleep, but I slept a bit. So got up at 6 o'clock and did the usual, came down to the port and found that my water pump isn't working. So God only knows, another thing to fix. So I'll wait till I get to Spain and I'll see if I can sort it out myself. If I can't, I'll do whatever. It's not the end of the world. And so I had a cup of tea and I got on board. I got on board about an hour ago, had a shower. Cabin's lovely. It's a 4-berth cabin. I have it on my own, so loads of room, and that's really, really nice. And so I'm going to go and make a quick little bite to eat. I'm feeling peckish. A quick bite to eat now, and then I think I'll sit down and read for the day, and wait until I get to Spain. So we're off in a minute, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, we're off. Spain, here I come. This is right around the corner from where I was parked up. That big building there is incredible. It's just stall after stall of cured meats. Must be 40 or 50 stalls there of cured meats. And obviously they all love to party. Look at this. This is the local sort of marketplace. And this is where they all gather after they've done the shopping. Pure beast Ballon Robe.